non-commercial real estate, we want to use the agent that is representing the house, the condo, because you get a little bit more negotiating power that way. The agent is willing to like sacrifice a little bit because there's a lot more wiggle room in their commission. Commercial real estate's the opposite. One of the biggest things that people don't realize is to have a really strong agent that works for you on your side. If you're comparing commercial real estate and traditional, housing real estate, just normal real estate that you might buy, just a land or a house or an apartment or a condo, you want to use when we buy our non-commercial real estate, we want to use the agent that is representing the house, the condo, because you get a little bit more negotiating power that way. The agent is willing to sacrifice a little bit because there's a lot more wiggle room in their commission. Commercial real estate's the opposite. It's a completely different marketplace. Yeah, the agents don't work collaboratively like they do in in non-commercial real estate. It's more of it's a competitive environment. So having your own agent that understands your needs, that knows clearly, what you want, the square footage you want, how much you want to spend, your monthly budget, not necessarily how much do you want to spend on, per square foot, because there are a lot of hidden fees in there. But how much is your monthly budget? Is it, $2,000? Is it $5,000? Is it $10,000? That's really important.
Yeah, and I want to hammer in on that because I love what you're saying. It's so true. I think a lot of people come into this space, and if they have maybe not as much experience in commercial real estate, and they just think, well, maybe I'll represent myself, maybe I'll save some money that way. And so then they end up looking at these properties. But what happens is, by default, if you don't have your own tenant rep agent, then you are going to be reaching out to these leasing agent landlords and their brokers who have a responsibility to the landlord to get the best rent possible. And so everybody that you're now talking to, and the commission stays the same. Like, landlords usually have 6% budgeted for that commission. And so if there's no leasing agent, or if there's no tenant agent representing you, then the leasing agent just gets the full 6, right? But what they're trying to do is they have an incentive to push you into their building that they're representing, right? Because if you go anywhere else, they don't get anything. And maybe that does give them a little bit of an incentive to negotiate, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's in your best interest. And so that's why I love what you're saying about having a good agent that knows what you're looking for, because they can look objectively at all the different locations and find out the best ones. And they're not going to be incentivized by a particular place over another, because they want you to get the deal done more, and be around to do more deals with them